Hey guys, thanks for watching. Today I'm going to share with you how I created video training and a standard operating procedure to get myself out of the field and grow my company. So it's very, very important that you start systemizing your business, building an SOP or a standard operating procedure, and accompanying it with video training so that you don't have to worry about training employee after employee, repeating yourself a million times. It just gets crazy, right? So what I did that helped me grow so fast was I implemented this immediately, and I no longer had to train my employees physically. They could watch training videos and they were 10 times more productive on the first day. And so I'm gonna walk you step by step exactly how I did that. Keep in mind, if you leave this video, you don't watch everything, I respect that, right? I get it. But if you are really interested in doing this, you're going to want to watch this entire video or you're going to miss something, you're going to be lost, okay? So let me go ahead and break it down for you. Keep in mind, the generation that we're hiring today is a generation that no longer reads. Social media has trashed their attention span. They are not going to read full sentences. So I write every document with like maybe 2 to 3 summary and 2 to 3 summary paragraph down at the bottom, a couple sentences, 4 sentences usually max, the rest are bullet points, okay? What I'm going to do is over the next 15 days, let's say I have 15 pieces of paper to complete this whole system, okay? I'm going to do one a day. I'm going to keep it on one page, as short and sweet as possible. If you build a system that is 70%, a smart employee will take it the other 30, okay? So keep that in mind. It does not have to be 100%. It never will be 100%. You just need to get it 70%, okay? So focus on that. Step one is I'm gonna think about how an employee comes into my company, okay? So I call this the day one document. This is page one. What does an employee need to know that I keep repeating myself to every single new person that comes into my company? Where to park, what's the gate codes, what software do I need to download, who's my manager, what's their phone number, what should I wear, what time should I show up, what's the average hours that I'm working per day, where am I receiving my video training, is there any evaluations or paperwork that I still need to fill out, okay? That's your day one document. Now what I'm thinking forward is after they've watched all this video training, how do they pack their truck, okay? So after they complete video training, it's time for them to go do a job. I hated when a guy would just stand there like this, like, what do I do? They don't know what to do. You have to tell them. They have to understand, okay? Don't expect them to just jump in and know, okay? So what I'm going to explain to them is how to get out of the shop. So how do I pack my truck? What equipment do I need? Where do I check my schedule? How do I know what my customer's address is? How do I check my notes? Where do I get supplies? Where do I get chemicals? Where do I get gas, okay? So get them out of the shop. That's document number 2. Okay, now the next one is when I arrive to the job site. So what do I say to the customer? Where do I park my truck? What should my job site look like, okay? Step number 3 would be how to perform the services. If you have 15 services, create one page for each service, okay? Again, when I'm outlining my how-to services, I write a summary at the top. We are learning how to clean a roof, okay? Step 1, you're gonna do this. Step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Then I summarize down at the bottom what it should look like, and then what it should not look like, and then an average time to get it done. That way, if there's ever an issue, you can revert back to that document and say, hey, the average time to get this done is this, or it's written right here what this job site should look like. Why does your job site look like this, okay? So one page for each one of your services, okay? Now step 3 is how do I close, or excuse me, step 3, it's not step 3, it's step a million. But what I'm thinking of now is how do I close out my job? So this document is gonna be how do I close out my job, right? How do I walk around with the customer, verify they're 100% satisfied? How do I collect the payment? What do I say? What paperwork do I need signed, etc. Last document would be how do I close out my day? Should I clock out? Should I sweep the shop? Should I park the truck somewhere specific? Should I preload my truck for the next day, etc. Okay? So take one day and document each one of those steps. And let's say you have 15 pages, right? You're just gonna do one a day. Don't worry about knocking it all out at once. There's no point, okay? And in 15 days, you can have this all documented. Now that it's all documented, now what I'm gonna do is swing back to the first one. I'm gonna create videos for each one of those steps. I'm gonna create a video for the summary. I'm gonna create a video step by step. And then I'm gonna create any summaries for the bottom, okay? And now what I'm gonna do is put those on YouTube. I'm going to unlist them so nobody can steal my training videos, right? Okay, unlist them. And then I'm gonna create a QR code. and then I'm going to paste it into each section of each one of those documents. Those 15 pages of documents is going to have a QR code next to each one. Now what I'm going to do is stuff that in a binder, and I'm going to place it in the truck. There's your employee manual, okay? There you have it with QR codes. Now, if there's ever a problem, you can say, hey, check that manual first, watch that video, and then call me if you can't figure it out. Okay, it's gonna save you a ton of time having this all done. Now what I'm gonna do, again with those videos that are listed on YouTube, I'm going to go into Google Forms, and you can embed the YouTube video inside the form so it shows the video, and then you can create test questions underneath it, okay? And then you get a URL link for that Google form, and you can send it to the new employee and have them watch it potentially before they even come into work, okay? So that all of that's done, they're not sitting around asking questions, wasting your time. So now I've created a full manual, I've created a system, and I've created video training, and now I'm gonna save myself hundreds and hundreds of hours of future time. I would estimate I've probably saved, I don't know, at least 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 hours from having to repeat myself over and over to new employees. This helped me scale my company really, really fast. So this is the first thing I implemented when I got into, trying to grow my business. So I started with the technician position, the person that's doing the jobs. I was like, I gotta get off the truck, get out of the field. That was the first thing that I did. The second thing that I did was then I went and did sales because I wanted to stop doing sales. Then I went and did the office. Then I went and did the general manager position, and then also the crew manager position as we grew. So all those positions were written down in a binder, and they had video training to go along with it. So that's how to do it. Thanks so much for watching. Get out there, knock this out. Like I say, don't stress yourself out. Do one a day, okay? That's all it takes. And in 30 days, you can have it all written down and have video training done. Very simple, easy peasy. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.